Saporna. Even a person like me will drown in a difficult to approach shore of the deep ocean of Lord Krishna's pastimes.
See, to approach it on your own, you can't approach. You got to hear from, see the verses before that, from the Narada Muni types, those empowered with taste for Krishna's pastimes. See, it's so difficult to approach that shore, that you can't do it on your own. You have to somehow become favorable to hearing from those devotees when they're speaking. Where is Narada Muni now? Huh? Where is he? See, that's the thing. You got to find wherever that principle of guru is, where they have deep taste for Krishna's pastimes, worship like Bhagavad Gita 10:10 with loving ecstasy, and you hear from those devotees. Now you're approaching that difficult to approach shore. Otherwise, you're hearing from people that haven't realized Krishna and are speculating, and then you can't make anything. You can't understand anything properly. It's like this one lady they were saying, "Oh, why are you criticizing my guru's better than your guru? It shouldn't be done." Everybody's having this conversation, and I wrote, I said, "Well, God, if you can't see that a guru has realized Krishna is 1,000 times better than one that hasn't, you shouldn't even think about criticizing any guru, because you will make a mistake. You got to learn eventually from a bona fide representative what is a real spiritual master who has realized Krishna, and why to hear from such a person, and what are their qualities and qualifications. All in this book here, this one, Rupa Goswami's teachings. That's what I'm commenting on. How many people can see this? Not even my students can see it. It's there, therefore, but that's why I say it. Then can you see it? Huh?
Once it's explained, yeah, crystal clear.
Yeah, you see, and that's why you need a living devotee, because the Lord empowers them to see these things, and they make their comments. Otherwise, how are you going to understand Rupa Goswami's mind? You got to find an ecstatic devotee that preaches the glories of the Lord because of their taste. They get realization and revelation on the scriptures. To those who have equal faith in the bona fide spiritual master and Krishna, the purports of the Veda, the confidential purports are revealed. And that's what we're training devotees here to become like that. And if you develop that equal faith in Guru, unshakable in Guru and Krishna, that your Guru is empowered, and you are not deviated by this other stuff and weird stuff, then you will get this. You will get this thing. You will understand what I understand. Okay? So, and you'll do better work because you'll be a witness, because I always had this understanding from the very beginning. I can't teach like you guys can teach because you're getting it. That's why you're all getting trained the right way and getting the experience of more increasing ecstatic devotion. And then you will say, yeah, I got this the way it's taught here through the parampara system. See, that's the way people are going to get it now. They're not, 1 out of 1 billion people bring this kind of ecstatic devotion. See, so you guys will be more effective because then you'll show how people can practically get this bhakti. They think they can imitate what I'm doing. It's just not like that. Bhakti Vinod brought it in. Bhakti Siddhanta also. That's just how it is. It's too deep, man. It's like, how can you approach that shore? That's why the devotees have to bring it into this world. And then they start the disciplic line. It starts with them. Or they're a link in it. A true link. And then there are more links, because when you get this ecstatic devotion, now you've got substance to give others, not just passing on Vaidhi Bhakti. We're passing on ecstatic devotion, making real representatives of the line potent, like Ishvara Puri represented ecstatic bhakti from Madhavinda Puri, who represented ecstatic bhakti. Not Madhavinda Puri representing ecstatic bhakti and then Ramachandra Puri representing Vaidhi Bhakti and being a fault finder. I mean, you want to follow that line? No, we're creating a real line here of ecstatic devotees. It's time, man. This is the blessings of our parampara to start an ecstatic line now, and not just a maintenance level Vaidhi Bhakti line. We're passing on Prabhupada's Varnashram Dharma realizations and all that. Well, no, we're passing on his realizations in his books about ecstatic devotional service. So we have an ecstatic line, and bring the Vaidhi Bhaktas who are ready to come onto this platform to come on this platform. They need this. Otherwise, they're not coming, man. If you don't get this preaching here, come to the point of getting it, you don't get it. You just die as you are, as a Vaidhi Bhakta. You got to listen to a living Bhagavat and follow Prabhupada's real meaning in the books. It's by the action of the book Bhagavat and the living devotee Bhagavat absorbed in the mellows of devotion, that you'll get this mellows of devotion in your own heart. If you refuse to accept that truth that's in Prabhupada's books, then you will not get this, because you're not really following Prabhupada rightly. Your teachers are not teaching you this. I'm teaching you this uncompromisingly, because it is true. It is your ticket out of that level. You'll stay Vaidhi. She would stay Vaidhi. She would die Vaidhi. She knew it, and that's why she's here. After 40 years, she couldn't go surpass that until she met a living devotee that is worshiping the Lord on a spontaneous platform. Now she, Johan, this fool here with half a brain, a quarter of a brain, tenth of a brain, and others, River, look, they all just making headway, good fortune after good fortune. Karuna, all of them, inspired. So that's the path, man. And it's a rare one. The door is open now. So who walks through it, walks through it. So let's read some of the questions there.
Can I comment first?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was thinking, I've only been doing this for 1 year. A year ago is when I stumbled across a video. Previously, I had followed the Vaidhi path for 40 years, pretty faithful. I mean, as faithful as probably most or many. So in 1 year, within my own self, my understanding, my feeling, anything to do with Krishna has multiplied. And so many misgivings are gone. They're gone. I am totally free of guilt. I have no guilt. And I'm becoming free of shame. So by getting something better, you can move on. You couldn't pay me to go back to Vaidhi. It's a one-way trip, because once you start on this journey, on this path of Raganuga, by accepting Srila Gaurahari's, what's coming through him and through others, when you actually can hear it with an open mind and not challenging, it all comes out. You'll totally see things a totally different way, and you'll become so much freer and so much happier. And when you go see Prabhupada, if Prabhupada was to stand in front of you in person right now, he just wanted us to be happy. He just wanted us to be happy. We go out on these streets and all we do is smile to these people. You look at the faces of everyone out there, they're all suffering, they're all miserable. They see a devotee and all we get is smiles from these people and embraces and Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. They yell Hare Krishna at us wherever we go right now. We're like the thing in the town that we can't go anywhere that people don't yell Hare Krishna to us. And as soon as they see us, they smile, because that's all we give them. So Prabhupada's in front of you. Does he want to see you the way you feel inside, and how you're progressing on your spiritual path? Or just try this. at least then you can greet him with happiness and smiles and love. It's just a different path. But you have to give up all your misgivings, just like when you accepted ISKCON or Prabhupada's teachings. Most of your material friends just fell aside because they couldn't understand. They weren't on the same path as you. And so it's just a different path.